Lots of people are told, work hard, go to school, get a degree, get a job, work, and then get married, and you can live off your life. And for so many people that I know, that formula is not working today.
Be welcome to the party.
Give me lit. Gun on mine.
Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cheryl. If you are new here, hi, welcome to the party, and I hope you stick around and like and subscribe. So let's get into the video. So by now you should have seen the title. All right, so I'm gonna be looking down just because my notes are here. Number one, oh my god, this was harsh, but no one is coming. Absolutely no one is coming. Get up. So not in the sense that anyone ever really expected someone to hold your hand, but when you're a child, you always have someone to lean on. You always have, someone there to hold your hand and guide you and tell you, like, okay, let's do this. Everyone is running with life, like everyone is rushing with their own life. Yes, this does not mean that you will not find people that can help you, people that can take time to give you advice, people that can take time to sit down and listen to your story. So you need to be the one to actively work on your own goals, actively pursue your own desires, because no one is coming. No one is coming to save you, no one is coming to rescue you. And let me tell you something, all of the stuff that you used to say, when I grow up I want this, when I grow up I'm gonna do this and that, I'm gonna drive a Porsche, when I grow up I'm gonna have a 5-story house. You're grown now. And if you do not get up, you're going to get to 50 still saying, when I grow up I want. That was definitely like a harsh truth. Like, okay, now you're grown, what are you doing about it? Like, you can't keep just writing things down and saying, oh, I want this. How are you gonna get that? You do not have the luxury of a child where you can just dream passively, saying, when I grow up I want this and this and that. You're grown. What are you doing to get this and this and that? Get up, get to work, and chase your dreams, and that's the hard part. I feel like when we're young, everyone kind of has this thing of like, okay, I'm gonna work hard, just work hard. And this kind of leads into the second point, which is that be creative in life. There is no formula. There is absolutely no formula to life. And I feel like lots of people are told, work hard, go to school, get a degree, get a job, work, and then get married, and you can live off your life. And for so many people that I know, that formula is not working today. That's why I put in front, be creative. If you're expecting life to unfold and you're expecting a formula for how things should just be, that does not work. Sadly, that does not work. They are literally 30-year-olds who are still finding their first job now. There are lots of people who have a degree but do not work in the fields that they have a degree for. There are lots of people that are getting married in their mid-30s. So there are lots of people that are also getting married very early. There's absolutely no formula in the sense of, okay, because this and this worked for this person is gonna work for me, and that's okay. With this concept, just look at all of the young people today that have become millionaires off of social media. People today that are able to put food on their table off of YouTube, TikTok, have made more money than someone with a degree. Think of the people that are in the tech space and how they have been able to make money off of an app. Literally, like, that's the world we live in today. And even when I talk about this, I think of the creator of Topicals. So some of you may know her, may not know her, but the creator of Topicals, the founder and CEO, is Olamide Olowe. She was one of the first Black women to raise 10 million for her company, and so she is the founder of Topicals, a skincare company. However, here she is a graduate in a BA in political science with concentration in race, ethnicity, and politics, and a minor in entrepreneurship. So this is someone who got a degree in political science, but they have made millions off of cosmetics and the self-care industry. So you may have that medical degree, you may have that law degree, you may have that business degree, but be creative with it. And even when it comes to there not being a formula to life, I feel like this thing where you set a certain time frame, like, you know, I meet lots of people, they're like, I told myself I would be married at 24, I would be married at 25, I would be, you know, I'd have kids at 30, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with not hitting a certain target that society expects you to hit at a certain age. There is nowhere where it says that you cannot educate yourself or pursue that degree at 30. There is no way it says you cannot get married at 35. There is no way it says you cannot start a whole new career, leave I don't know, finance, and go into I don't know, the clothing industry at 50. Like, you can literally always start something new. Point number 3, I'm glad, especially leading from the conversation about, you know, marriage and having certain relationships at a certain age. Point number 3, romantic relationships are not everything. Let me tell you that romantic relationships are not everything. I have to repeat that. And you will be so thankful when you cultivate fruitful and meaningful female relationships, friendships with other people, relationships that are just not romantic. I kid you not, those are the people that will be there for you. And that is something that I find to be so important, to have a life outside of your romantic partner, outside of your relationship. Cultivate time with those friends. And the same way you invest in a romantic partner, invest in your friendships as well. The same way you make sure you hang out with your romantic partner, hang out with your friend. The same way you check on your romantic partner here and there, put that same effort into your friendships as well. I'm just gonna read this, and I will link everything below if you want to go into more details. But research shows that spending time with friends improves mental health more than spending time with a spouse, and that people are happiest when they're with their friends and their spouse, and not just their spouse. Friendship comes with health benefits too. Number 4, oof. Okay, just start, but not always. This point is more, I keep hearing, especially when people talk about social media, or like, let's say, starting a new career, starting a new anything, and people often say, you know, just start. And that is true. I feel like there are certain things where you should just start. For example, if it is you wanting to be a creator, if it is you wanting to start YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, just start. Obviously, it will not be the best, even without all the fancy cameras, the fancy lighting. Just start. It gets better with time, and you will improve and work on your skills as time goes on. However, I feel like it's not everything that you should just start. This is particularly, you know, for certain investments. I remember a few years ago, a friend of mine was like, hey, people are making money with this thing, start, let's get into it. And went into it. And that led to me having one of the worst years of my life, honestly. That was a horrible year because of that bad investment that we just jumped right into and didn't really have enough research on, didn't really like do my due diligence about. So I feel like for certain things where the risk level is low, yes, just start. But for certain things where there is a high risk, please take your time, do your research, learn, and then you can slowly get into it bit by bit. For example, you want to pivot your career, you want to change your degree, you no longer want to pursue, I don't know, science, you want to do art. I think that's not something we can say just jump into it. Do your research first, look into things, because another thing about adulthood, there are serious consequences for your actions, and it's beyond, you know, in school when you were a child, the worst consequence was what? Getting a beating. Like that was like the worst consequence, whether that was like, you know, getting hit by your parents at school, maybe a timeout, no TV. As an adult, there are real life consequences to your actions, and you can't plead ignorance. And so that's why it's so essential for you to try to do your research in some things before you just start getting involved in certain projects and certain things. Lastly, point number 5, change is inevitable. And this was a hard one for me just because I don't think I'm someone who likes change. I really like when things are just stable, and I wish things could just stay the way they are. But things are constantly changing every day, literally every day. And so you need to work on your ability to adapt. That's something that I'm even still working on. This is going to be very crucial and important, whether that is for your job in the corporate space, whether that is for your business. You know, the way people used to work, or the way the corporate world used to work 20 years ago is not how it's working now. The weight that certain degrees had a few years ago is not the way it is now. Life is very much a wheel. You can be up one day, you can be down the next day. Thank you so much for reaching the end. That is the end of my video. Please do leave a comment. I would like to know what are some of the harsh truths, or even the fun stuff. You know, adulthood is not all bad. What are just anything that really surprised you about adulthood that you were not expecting? I will be happy to go through your comments and respond. Thank you so much for making it to the end. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.